back to another video. What's up? I hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am, because guess what? I'm almost graduated high school. Oh my gosh, I'm so very excited. School's not my favorite thing. As you guys can probably tell, YouTube's my favorite thing. And because of school, I have to do less of YouTube. But guess what? I'm almost done and I'm so excited. And I'm actually going out tonight with my friend Bethany. You guys know Bethany. She's been in countless videos, and we are going to go to the grocery store, come back to my house, and watch Shane Dawson. We look at memes, and it's a fun time. So I thought I would bring you guys along for the journey. If you are enjoying these vlogs and videos, and make sure to give this video a like. That lets me know that you enjoy these type of videos. Anyway, I will update you guys when Bethany gets here. I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to film in the grocery store and stuff, because here where I live, they are extremely against filming for privacy reasons, and I'm like, dude, it's a public place, it's 2019, get with the program. So anyway, I will catch you guys when Bethany gets here, and guess what? I don't know when that's gonna be, so I will see you guys then. So Bethany, do you want to explain what we're doing? I kind of gave him a little bit of an idea, but as of right now,
so I gotta go sign a waiver for my sister.
Love that.
And then we're going to go to Topsail Beach, I think.
Yep.
And like read out some askreddit questions and answers and stuff.
Some really dumb, stupid, irrelevant Reddit questions, because
You know what? They're not dumb or irrelevant, okay?
But yeah. So that's basically what we're doing. Her sister called me in a panic and was like, "When Beth picks you up, get her to come back." I was like, okay.
But you know, it's okay.
So that's pretty much it. And then we're also going to the grocery store to get food. Then, which doesn't surprise me because it's what we do. And then we're probably going to go back to my house and watch Shane, because that's also just what we do.
Yup. Pretty lit. Sorry.
Oh my gosh. Like, that needs to stop.
I don't know, man. I gotta see my options. Although, did we finish TanaCon? Because last time I was at your house, that's what we were watching.
Oh yeah, no, we have still the last episode to go.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, we'll finish that. Also, I'm so hyped for Shane's new series.
Jeffrey?
Well, besides the fact that it's about makeup, but I like when him and Jeffrey work together, so.
What about like other girls? They don't like makeup.
Literally. But guys, when we actually do something interesting, which is never.
Wow. Good start for your vlog.
I'm gonna go. Guys, so quick little update, I guess, because I feel like it. Bethany is in that building right there. There's literally flies everywhere, and I'm having a nightmare because I don't like bugs. Could this night get any better? Probably not. If grocery store first or Topsail Beach, but I'm not even gonna try to film in the grocery store because I don't want to get kicked out, because I want food. So there's that. Typical Hannah and Bethany read Reddit post spot, because it's great. And can we just take a second to appreciate this lighting, because I love it.
Hold on, I should... I'm not even sure if you can see it on this, but I don't care.
Guys, it's amazing.
Like,
okay.
what is this? Is Newfoundland nice for once? Like,
Wow, that's
not a dumpster fire.
Wow.
Look at this lighting.
I'm down. We chose those Ask Reddit, so Bethany's going to read them out because our slash entitled parents has done too much. So I wanted to be original, sort of.
Wow, reading Reddit. How original.
Wow, no. I'm not original, let's face it. What YouTuber is original?
True.
Exactly.
This one. Folks who live in the deep wilderness or very rural areas, what is the scariest, most unsettling thing you've experienced out there? House, very rural. Oh, this is by Titan Wasp. New house, very rural, bears, moose. Husband was traveling internationally and I was at home in the winter with an 8-month-old baby. Woke up 1 a.m. to let the dog out and the dog got interested in some tracks. Big boot tracks that led from the forest to my shed, to the side window, and then to the back window of the house. The dog had not barked and our alarm wasn't tripped, but somebody had walked out from the woods and stared in my window.
That would terrify me.
That's so nice. I love that.
Yeah, that would personally terrify me, just saying.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't appreciate someone staring in my window.
Nope, not at all.
Alright. Next post.
Let's do it.
Okay. Don't live there anymore, but I remember being inside the house with my parents at night when we heard this extremely loud scream. It sounded like a woman screaming her lungs out, a primal fear scream, hard to explain. We thought someone got stabbed or saw someone die. Our family and even the neighbors went outside as fast as we could. All we saw was a lone fox ran into the woods. Next day I searched for fox calls, and sure enough they make this weird ass sound sometimes. I spent 6 months living alone in a cabin near the end of a dirt road in central New Hampshire. So specific.
That's oddly specific.
Nearest neighbors were a quarter mile or so up or down the road. It's an area where people definitely keep to themselves. Had all sorts of animal visitors, bears on the porch, you name it, but never random people around. One morning I went out to my car to go to work. It was spring and we'd had a late frost. On the rear window of my truck, someone had written, "I watch you with your finger in the frost." Ah!
That's interesting.
What would you do if someone wrote that on your
Call the cops.
Really?
Yeah. I would actually, correction, I would move.
What would they even do? Like the cops just like,
I don't know. That. What would you do?
Swipe it off and hope it doesn't happen again. I wouldn't move out.
I would completely move out. Actually, I would run away. Actually, more specific, I would wheel away. But like, yeah.
I mean, solid.
I get scared really easily, so.
Yeah, I know. Like, I could like yell boo right now and you do that jump thing you
Yup.
can do. You're like.
Yeah.
This one is by Redditor number 0. Oh, I forgot to read out the last name. Whatever, I don't care. Whistling. Specifically, whistling that you hear at night when no one is around. Ah. I've heard it plenty of times alone at night when there's no one that even lives close to my house that should be able to whistle that loud.
Ghost?
Ghost or wind.
Or a ghostly wind.
Don't do me like that.
You love me.
Okay, this one's by Lat cover. So that's cool.
Cool.
Lived with parents, but at the time was dog sitting, so it was just me and the dogs. In the middle of the night, they wake up and look at the pair of doors leading to the wraparound deck, all glass covered in curtains. They're doing this little booth thing that
what?
immediately wakes me up and I'm terrified. I can hear movement on the deck and the dogs are full on barking. I don't lock those doors or any other door because we're so rural. Rural. I hate that word. Rural. I'm filled with fear for a few moments, trying to think of some way to defend myself if someone comes with the doors. I immediately run to the kitchen, grab the biggest knife, and stand in the shadows near the door, absolutely shaking with fear. 20, female at the time, with 911 ready to go on the phone in the other hand. Yeah, it turns out my boyfriend was sneaking in, almost stabbed him and pissed myself. Why would you sneak in?
Why?
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
It's like knock on the door.
Yeah, really though, it would be like, hi.
Y'all are dumb.
Yeah, my friends be like that.
You wouldn't know.
I really wouldn't.
Okay. This one's by Carter Spear 900. I travel a lot for work to the USA, so I end up renting an apartment in a small village in the countryside. I hate staying in hotels. One day I finish work early, get back home, order in some food, and just chill playing PlayStation in my room. At about 2 a.m. I get woken up by a woman screaming bloody murder. I realize it's my housemate and she's screaming because she's in danger and something bad's happening. I run to her room and there was a man trying to... Ooh, that would get you demonetized.
What? Let me see what...
Trying to do the her right there. Demonetized.
Yeah,
He tried to demonetize her. We're just gonna say that. We fought and he made it to the door. I ran after him, but he got into a car and fled. We called the police and they eventually caught him thanks to the description I gave them of the car. Turns out, he had been watching her with the intent of her. Her boyfriend worked night shifts and he didn't count on me being home. Just to clarify, I rent an apartment with a couple of my friends who live there too. Because I had been in my room all night with the light off and my room faces the back of the house, which is facing the woods and inaccessible to passerbys. He thought she was home alone and decides to attack her. He had been wanted for a series on town is in jail now. Not sure if this is the type of story you wanted. Not scary or creepy in a supernatural way, but hearing her scream that way was the scariest thing I've experienced.
Oh, buddy! Yikes!
That's a big ooh.
Yikes.
Glad it wasn't me. Obligatory not me, but my grandfather taught driver's ed at his high school. This is by Gath Centaur, by the way. He had one student who did not possess the necessary mental faculties to drive me. And here I am in my car.
Exactly. And I'm in the car with you. And my mom trusts you. Sorry, Mom.
Okay. The kid's father was enraged and resolved to teach the kids himself. The first lesson ended with a car in the living room, and the father realized my grandfather was right.
Ah! That sounds made up. I'm sorry.
Does it?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know how bad of a driver you'd have to be to end up in the living room.
Well, if you drove, like, through the house.
Okay, yeah, alright.
Okay. Okay, this one's by Queen's Anat. I like these names. I'm really good at reading them out. Only somewhat related, but this is what my driving instructor did during my first lesson. We were making our way through the basics and were cut off by some lady. I'm pretty chill, so I didn't think much of it, but this dude starts flipping out. He grabs the wheel while in the passenger seat and tells me to step on the gas. He can brake from his side. Me, being 16 and also an idiot, complies. He gives me instructions for the gas while he steers and ends up boxing her in, not letting her merge over. Then starts to throw empty cans of Sprite, coffee cups, and anything else he could find at her car. It was buck wild. He eventually ran out of things to throw, I guess, and we just went off and did our own thing. As a dumb kid, I thought it was hilarious, but as an adult, I realized just how dangerous and stupid what he did was. Driving lessons were always a wild ride with him. Great guy if he liked you, but definitely a little off the wall. How was he allowed to teach driving lessons?
Really?
He gets that
throw
angry
stuff out of the window?
at someone, like, cutting you off? Like, it's not that big of a deal. I know it's annoying, but, like,
Yikes.
come on.
Yikes.
Like, people complain about it way too much. Oh no, someone cut you off, probably by accident.
They totally meant to annoy you.
Yeah, they specifically meant for your day to be horrible
Exactly.
at that moment.
Exactly.
Okay, this one's by Mind Stalker.
Interesting.
So I have a sister who's a few years older than me and was a pretty horrible student. I always had teachers who would assume I would be horrible until they go to know me based on my sister. Anyway, driver's ed was offered in our high school. Y'all wanna, like, not do that?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to film a video.
Try and get that YouTube clout.
Yes.
Sorry. I won't say clout again.
What is going on?
Y'all good.
What is going on? What?
Y'all good? Like,
Apparently they're not.
okay, well, anyway.
Okay, continue.
Anyways, driver's ed was offered in our high school, and during their lesson, the teacher asked my sister, with a car full of other students,
What is going on? These people keep honking their... Who even is it? It can't be the elderly lady next to us. Wait.
I mean, dear Lord.
What is going on? I'm literally confused. What?
Y'all done? Okay. Anyways, driver's ed was offered in our high school, and during their lesson, the teacher asked my sister, with a car full of other students, first of all, driver's ed in a high school? That sounds great. What?
I love that.
My sister managed to crash into his garage and break some brick on the side of the garage as well. hit gas instead of brake is her excuse. My teacher was terrified when I started the class. He made me so nervous when driving. At the end of the semester, he said I was the best student of the group and would be the least likely to crash. I think I was the first of the group to later crash. Well, you tried at least. It's okay.
A for effort.
You had the right intentions.
Exactly.
Okay, this one's by M_Tate80. Not a driving instructor, but when I was taking driver's education, I don't think I've ever heard it. Like,
me neither. I've always heard driver's ed.
Driver's education. My car was filled with me, 2 of my friends, and another kid. No one knew what was taking the class. The kid obviously had some anxiety issues and would often shut down and start panicking if he was startled or put in a stressful situation.
Notice I'm not disagreeing.
Well, I already said that, so. We had multiple close calls, but by far the scariest experience was when we were on the highway.
Oh.
The kid was driving, and our instructor asked him to get out of the left lane when it was safe because he was going 40 miles per hour, and the speed of traffic around us was 75 miles per hour. What's that in kilometers?
I don't know. I'm not that smart. I make YouTube videos.
What's 75 miles per hour in kilometers? 120.7 kilometers.
Thank you, Siri.
We love you. Anyway, another driver behind us decided that he was tired of our car moving so slowly and decided to honk his horn and pass us. This was enough to set the kid off, and he started having a breakdown. The instructor tried to calm him down and again told him to switch lanes. Turn on some lights. The instructor tried to calm him down and again told him to switch lanes. The kid immediately tried to switch lanes without looking. There was a car right in his blind spot that the driving instructor saw, thankfully. When he began to change lanes, the car honked and the instructor had to grab the wheel and press on his passenger brake. This was enough to send the kid into hysterics. We were stopped in between 2 lanes and the kid was crying. Unfortunately, the driver's ed cars don't include a passenger gas pedal, and we were in an incredibly dangerous situation. I was genuinely scared for my life.
Wow.
Yelling at the kid was obviously doing nothing but making him more hysterical. We had to switch drivers in the middle of the highway, and the kid never showed up to another lesson. This is so sad. Okay. This one's by Scorian07. My dad and I ran a business together, cleaning out foreclosed homes for a real estate agency as I was finishing high school. I was a senior, so I got out at lunchtime, and we could usually get a house done in a half day. Sometimes we'd get some bad ones, and we had a few guys that we would call to see if they wanted to make a quick $100 for a day of work. On my literal last day of class, my dad picked up one of our usual guys and got one house about 90% done by lunch. He was a pretty normal guy that we had never had any trouble with. The guy we paid to help my dad went out to the truck and came back into that house with a gun and robbed my dad of his wallet and took his keys and left in our truck. Funny thing is, my dad only had the cash he was about to give him an hour later for finishing up the house. The state police got the guy's number from us, and they told him some bogus story about how my dad was being investigated for not paying his workers, and if met them with the truck, they would get his statement and let him go. Idiot pulls up and gets arrested on the spot. He got 8 years in prison.
Yikes.
That's pretty spicy. I mean, just take the money, like you were working anyway.
Yeah, really though.
You stupid.
So we just got back home. Maria's here. Say hi. Hi. Bethany's in the bathroom. So, this is all the food we bought.
Yeah, so, like, they bought me some. I'm sitting here chilling. It's like the life. I'm just chilling here eating rather than just the life.
That I bought.
Actually, wait.
No. I'm gonna ask her on camera.
Maria, don't edit this out. If I can move the camera, like, help you.
Oh no.
Bethany, help me.
Help me. I'm trapped behind this.
Wait, I got an idea.
I'm trapped. Bethany, help me.
Bethany, tell me what's wrong with me. I asked him if I should tell you, and I said comment down below if I should tell you, but I just decided to do it anyway. Do you think I'm weird? Or what is wrong with me?
What is wrong with you? I don't know.
What just came out of Bethany's mouth is Bethany.
I don't know. I mean, yeah.
Me in a nutshell.
We're gonna go watch Shane Dawson. Bye! As I was getting ready to send this video to be edited by my editor, I noticed that I didn't film a proper outro, so I just thought I'd do that now. Bethany's gone home, as you can see. My room is empty. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like. Comment down below if you want more Reddit stories with Bethany or more vlogs in general. Also, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It literally takes 2 seconds and would make me very, very, very happy. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely had fun making it. What was your favorite part of the video? Let me know down below and all that fun stuff. And I will see you guys the next time I decide to film a video. Goodbye.